I was on stage at 15 years old, and my first contest I got 4th place. I competed probably 5 or 6 more times, and I was getting 2nd, 3rds, and 4ths. And I went in another show, and I was expecting to win. My father was driving down 2 hours to watch me compete. He had never seen me compete before. I wrestled, I played football, and I went state wrestling. Football was a star running back, so he's used to seeing his son a winner. That's what his son was. Everything I did, I excelled at. So my dad's coming. Obviously, in my head, I'm gonna win this show. This is a show I'm gonna win. I'm gonna show my dad that his son is a champion, as always. Well, I ended up not placing in the show. I didn't make top 5, and I was devastated, and I felt awful. I didn't want to face my dad, so I finally went out to the audience, and he said, so when do you get a pose? When are you gonna do your pose routine? And I didn't know how to tell him, but if you don't make top 5, you don't do your pose routine. So I had to tell him. I said, Dad, I'm not gonna pose. And he's like, well, why not? What are you talking about? You've been working on your pose routine for 2 months. Like I did the music for your pose routine. Like, what do you mean you're not gonna pose? And I'm like, I didn't make top 5. I didn't make the cut. And he couldn't believe it. He's like, it wasn't like he was sad. I could tell he was disappointed. So I went home, stayed up all night, out of my mind. And, I had to make a choice. I had to do whatever it took. And, my thing was, I need to redeem myself. I need to do what it takes. And I got up, I drove to Mexico, Tijuana, and I went and bought steroids, and I felt like, maybe that'll help. I got 2nd, I got 3rd, I was right there. And this show, I just got completely blown away. I drive to Tijuana, I walk in, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm looking for. I don't know the name of anything. I don't know where to go. I'm driving around. Nobody speaks English. I'm 18 years old. I find a place. I basically say steroids, and they start showing me stuff. And I have no idea what I'm looking at. I just took the guy's word for it that, was, Spanish, didn't speak English, never worked out a day in his life. And I'm going to take his advice of what kind of drug I'm going to put in my body. And that's what I did. And here I am smuggling drugs, across the border at 18 years old. I have no idea what I'm doing. It was a spontaneous thing. And I get sent to secondary. And, they start searching my car. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to jail. Like, really? But you know what? At that point, it was like, that's what I need to do. I need to do whatever it takes, and I'm gonna do that. And thank God they didn't find it. I made it home and went home, and I'm sitting there looking at a syringe, looking at bottles. I don't know how much to put in. I don't know how to draw it. I don't know how to shoot it. I don't know where to shoot it. We didn't have internet back in those days. We didn't have books. We had no information on steroids whatsoever. So what can I say? I took the needle, I filled it up, and I took a shot. And, I put it in my shoulder. I didn't know where to put it. And the last time I got a shot from the doctor, it was in the shoulder. So, hey, I guess the shoulder's the right place. So, it knotted up. It was sore. It hurt. I was scared. I thought, God, maybe I screwed myself up. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going to happen. And, but at that point, it didn't matter. All that mattered is that I'm going to redeem myself, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And, I have to say that, I was taking a shot, 2 or 3 times a week. I didn't know how often I was supposed to do it. I didn't know the protocol. I had no idea. And about 3 months went by, and there was a contest. It was the Southern California Teenage, because I'm a teenager, I'm still 18. And, I went in the show, and I had put on, about 28 pounds of muscle, and I won my class, and I won the overall, and quite easily. I pretty much destroyed the competition. And I don't want to sit here and say steroids is the reason, and steroids is what, made me a champion. But the point of the matter is that I was willing to do whatever it took to win. And, that's a champion's mindset, and that's what I did. And I went on 2 weeks later, and I won the California overall teenage division. And from that point, I was winning shows. And, basically, the last thing I want to do is give steroids credit for what I achieved. But the truth be told, yes, the steroids helped. And yes, the guys that beat me at the other show were taking steroids. They were quite a bit bigger than me. And a champion's mindset is doing, whatever it takes to win. And that was my mindset. And I competed for years, and I continued to win. And I have to say that it got to the point where I didn't give a shit about anything. All I cared about was continuing to win and doing whatever it took, And if I'm talking to my buddy and he's getting ready for a show and he's doing this, and this, and this, and this, guess what? I'm gonna do this, and this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta do whatever it takes to win. And I'm just telling you my mentality. My mentality is I'm either all or nothing. I'm either gonna go 100% and do whatever it takes to be a champion, or I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna do anything half-ass. And that basically was my bodybuilding career. And when I was competing, I put everything else on hold. I didn't give a fuck about my job, my girlfriend, my, family, whatever was involved, whatever was going on in my life, all I cared about was that trophy, winning that trophy, being a champion. When I wrestled, all I cared about was winning that match coming up, football, whatever it was, and that's just been my mindset. And I had to get out of bodybuilding. And the reason being is because, I would have fucking killed myself because, there's no stopping me. I'm going to keep doing whatever it takes to win. There ain't no stopping me. If it takes this, fuck it, let's do it. Come on. That was just my mindset. I'm not saying that's everyone's mindset. I'm just telling you the truth of my mentality. Because I don't do shit half-ass. I do it all or nothing.